ever pondered how Generation Z, the digital natives, are revolutionizing the digital landscape? This generation, born between the mid-90s and the early 2000s, is a driving force in the world of technology. Unlike any other generation before them, they've grown up in a world where the internet is not a novelty, but a norm. Smartphones, social media, and instant access to information have been integral parts of their lives since their earliest years. As such, they're not just comfortable with technology, they're fluent in it. They don't just consume digital content, they create and shape it, influencing everything from the apps we use to the way we interact online. Their tech-savvy nature and inherent digital literacy make them a powerful force in the digital world. Their expectations, preferences, and behaviors are shaping the future of technology, pushing boundaries and setting new trends. So, what are some of the tech trends that this generation is pushing forward? Social media isn't what it used to be, and that's largely thanks to Gen Z. Stepping into the digital world, it's evident that the landscape of social media has been significantly reshaped by Generation Z. Unlike their predecessors, these digital natives have a unique approach to social media consumption and interaction. They are the trailblazers of the new social media era, and their preferences are dictating trends and defining the future of these platforms. One striking trend is the shift towards more visual and video-based platforms. Remember when text-based statuses were the norm? Well, move over words. Gen Z prefers to communicate visually, leveraging platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat. These platforms aren't just about sharing snippets of life, they're about storytelling and self-expression, often in the most creative ways possible. And let's talk about ephemeral content. That's a fancy term for something that's only available for a short time before it disappears. This, here today, gone tomorrow form of content, popularized by Snapchat and now a staple on Instagram, resonates with Gen Z's desire for fleeting, real-time experiences. It's not about permanence, it's about capturing the now. But it's not all fun filters and viral dances. There's a deeper layer to Gen Z's social media use, a focus on authenticity and individuality. This generation values genuine connections and craves authenticity. They're less interested in the polished, picture-perfect feeds of yesteryears and more intrigued by real, raw, and relatable content. They champion uniqueness and celebrate individuality, fostering an environment where everyone can freely express themselves. These changes in social media usage aren't just passing trends, they're indicative of a broader shift in digital communication. Generation Z is making social media more dynamic, more engaging, and more authentic. They're not just passive consumers, they're active participants, shaping the platforms they use. Gen Z's approach to social media is changing the game, but that's not all they're influencing. Virtual reality and augmented reality are no longer just sci-fi fantasies, they're becoming our reality. Imagine strapping on a headset and diving into a virtual world, or using your smartphone to project digital objects into the real world. Sounds like something out of a movie, right? Well, welcome to the present. These technologies aren't just for entertainment anymore, they're shaping the way we learn, shop, and interact with the world. It's Generation Z, the digital natives, who are driving this adoption. These are individuals born in the late 90s and early 2000s, who've grown up with technology as a constant companion, and they are not afraid to push its boundaries. For them, VR and AR aren't just cool tech toys, they're tools to be harnessed and integrated into daily life. Take gaming, for instance. Virtual reality has transformed the gaming landscape, creating immersive experiences that transport players to new worlds. Games like Beat Saber and Job Simulator have demonstrated the potential of VR in creating engaging and interactive experiences. But it doesn't stop at gaming. Education is another sector that's being revolutionized by VR and AR. Imagine being able to explore the pyramids of Egypt or the depths of the ocean, all from the comfort of a classroom. These technologies are making learning more interactive and engaging, and Gen Z is leading the charge. Even shopping is being transformed. Augmented reality apps allow customers to visualize products in their home before making a purchase. Brands like IKEA and Sephora are already leveraging this technology to enhance the customer experience. The impact of VR and AR is far-reaching, and it's clear that Gen Z is not just passively consuming these technologies, but actively shaping their evolution. As these technologies become more accessible and integrated into our lives, we can expect this generation to continue pushing the boundaries of what's possible. As these technologies continue to evolve, we can expect Gen Z to be at the forefront of their adoption. Privacy isn't just a buzzword for Gen Z, it's a serious concern. Although the digital world offers countless opportunities and conveniences, it also presents a myriad of risks and vulnerabilities. For Generation Z, the first generation born into a digital world, these threats are not just theoretical, they're personal. As digital natives, they've grown up with an inherent understanding of the online landscape, and with that comes a keen awareness of the potential pitfalls and dangers. Generation Z is more informed than any previous generation about the dark side of the digital world. They've heard the horror stories of data breaches, identity theft, and online scams. They know that every click, every post, every digital interaction leaves a trace, a piece of data that can be tracked, stored, and potentially exploited. But rather than retreating from the online world, they're using their understanding and their influence to drive change. They're demanding more from companies, not just in terms of products and services, but also in terms of data security and privacy. They're not willing to trade their personal information for convenience without knowing exactly how that information is being used and protected. This heightened awareness and concern are forcing companies to take data security more seriously. More than ever, businesses are investing in robust security measures to protect customer data and maintain trust. They're also being more transparent about their data practices, clearly communicating how they collect, use, and protect personal information. Of course, there's still a long way to go. Data breaches and privacy violations continue to make headlines. But with each incident, Generation Z becomes more informed, more concerned, and more determined to protect their privacy. They're not just passive consumers of technology. They're active participants, shaping the digital landscape to fit their needs and values. And one of those values, perhaps the most important, is privacy. As digital natives, Gen Z understands the importance of privacy and is pushing companies to prioritize it. So, what does the future hold for Gen Z and tech? As we gaze into the crystal ball of technology, we see an intriguing image. Gen Z, the digital natives, are gearing up to take the wheel and steer technology into uncharted territories. They're not just passengers on this journey, they are the drivers, dictating the route and the speed of travel. Let's talk about some predictions for future tech trends that will be driven by this generation. First up, we've got the rise of the creator economy. Gen Z has a strong desire to create and share content, and we expect to see a surge in platforms and tools that support this drive. Think of platforms that not only allow for content creation, but also incentivize it with monetary rewards. Next, we have the increased integration of technology in education. Gen Z is a generation that values learning and growth. They are eager to leverage technology to enhance their educational experiences, and this will likely lead to more digital classrooms, online learning platforms, and even virtual reality-based educational tools. Another trend to watch out for is the growth of sustainable tech. Gen Z is a socially conscious generation, and they are increasingly concerned about the environmental impact of technology. We can expect to see more eco-friendly gadgets, energy-efficient systems, and tech companies prioritizing sustainability. Finally, we predict a stronger focus on digital wellness. As much as Gen Z loves technology, they are also aware of its potential pitfalls. They are likely to demand tech that helps balance digital consumption with mental health, leading to the development of features like screen time management and well-being-focused apps. In essence, Gen Z's influence on technology is not just about moving forward. It's about steering it in a direction that aligns with their values, needs, and aspirations. They are not merely accepting the digital landscape as it is, but are actively working to shape it in unexpected ways. It's clear that Gen Z will continue to be a major force in shaping our digital future. Let's revisit the key points we've discussed today. We've delved into the profound influence of Generation Z on our digital landscape, seeing how they're not just participants, but actively shaping the trends. We've seen their impact on social media, transforming these platforms into spaces for activism, creativity, and even commerce. We've also explored the rise of immersive technologies such as virtual and augmented reality. These technologies are no longer just cool gadgets for gaming, they're becoming integrated into our everyday lives, from education to the workplace, largely thanks to Gen Z's enthusiasm. We've emphasized the crucial role of privacy and data security, as Gen Z is acutely aware of these issues, demanding transparency and control over their digital footprint. And finally, we've looked ahead to the future, a future that promises to be innovative and progressive, reflecting the core values of this generation. The digital world is in the hands of Gen Z, and it's exciting to see where they will take it next.